What is happening, CryptoSomniacs? How is everybody doing today? Sorry about the no-show yesterday. We had some issues with our website, etc. So I apologize for not going live yesterday, but lots of stuff to cover today. Going to cover blockchain phones. Is $1,200 Bitcoin inevitable? Lightning Network ERC20 atomic swaps, and more right here on CryptoSomniac. Stay tuned. All right, what's happening, everybody? How are you guys doing? I am Jason. Today is December 12th. It is about 9 o'clock. Tons of crazy stuff going on in the news, so let's just get the charts up and jump into it. First of all, I want to point you guys out. A lot of crypto news channels out there. If you guys come to me for crypto news, I would encourage you to go over and check out our website on a regular basis. We have been putting up a bunch of cryptocurrency-focused news regularly, and wanted to talk about some of that stuff today. So one of the biggest things that I saw was that developers are testing atomic swaps. It's only going to work one way for ERC20 Bitcoin Lightning Network atomic swaps. So apparently you can swap from Bitcoin to from ERC20 to Lightning, but not the other way around yet. But pretty exciting stuff. They said they've just released on the blog today. Research and Development Lab CoBlocks was reporting this, and so yeah, they're saying that effectively Lightning Network second layer solution to Bitcoin's scalability issue, which uses hashed time lock contracts to open payment channels between users that keep the majority of transactions off chain. In short, that means you've got a side chain where you and another party can transact and then settle up an invoice before the final invoice is uploaded into the blockchain where it would be indelible. So anyhow, effectively what they've been able to do is that because of the way that the Ethereum transaction works, they split it into two transactions, and saying the ERC20 transfer function uses message.sender for authentication. However, calling transfer from a contract deposits sets message.sender to the address of the yet to be deployed contract, which obviously has no tokens. Atomic swap cannot always be expressed through this model of invoices and payments. In LND, which we use for our POC, receiving a payment requires an invoice, which requires knowledge of the secret. As a result, we are only able to do ERC20 to Lightning and not the other way around. So no Bitcoin to ERC20 yet, but they do remain hopeful, and that is still under development. So definitely something that I am interested in. Atomic swaps, I think, could be huge for the space, specifically as more and more exchanges are mandated to go through KYC, etc. We may see some of these projects that have been perhaps looking to, bend the rules of regulation, or perhaps get into trying to put atomic swaps on the blockchain sooner than later. So pretty interesting stuff. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so in Monarch news, I wanted to let you guys know Monarch Pay is set to debut. So if any of you have been following us in the Monarch ICO, the Monarch token sale, you know that the main function of it is really the big piece of the pie is being able to have the merchant plugin. So this is rolling out in the very near future. Put an article up on the website on this. So very exciting things coming out. Bunch of announcements. If you have not done so yet, check out the Telegram group and stay up to date for all of the latest. But obviously, I will be posting any updated Monarch news on the website. So if you want to read about that, please do head on over to the website and check that out. And what's happening? Let's see. Let me say hello to everybody. What's going on, Ryan? Good to see you. What's up, Alex? What's up, Monero Dinero? I love that name. WSR, what's happening? Pump, short hunting or to the moon? Well, we'll take a look at that in just a second. Komodo leading the way for atomic swaps. I think pretty close, honestly. I mean, you know, it's also what Cardano has set out to do. There's a number of different tokens out there that are trying to solve the problem. Obviously, you know, Lightning Network has been a thing that has been around for quite some time. There has been a ton of talk about it solving Bitcoin scalability issues for years now. So perhaps this is a step in the right direction. I'm still not holding my breath exactly on Lightning Network, but you know, we've got to have something for a scaling solution because Bitcoin block times are just too slow. All right, what's happening, Mike Smith? Hello. Yes, sir. Here for honest cryptocurrency news. Think it up. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thinking of getting my NO. I don't know what you mean, Ronan. What's up, Dolphin? What's happening? How's everybody doing? Yeah, so let's see here. We talked about that. Yeah, let's talk about this. So this is actually a little concerning for me, is the U.S. government has decided to launch a competition to see just how private the privacy tokens are. So we will see if my faith in ring signatures and bulletproofs does hold true, and furthermore, if ZK Snarks is all it's cracked up to be. Pretty interesting stuff overall. They're just putting a bunch of people onto it, trying to crack these privacy protocols. So this is something that I will certainly be paying very close attention to and continuing to keep you guys updated on. But ultimately, what I would say is if they are unable to crack the privacy protocols on any of these privacy tokens, I would expect their value to probably skyrocket. Probably. Again, not financial advice, not an investment advisor. This is just my own feeling, but there's enough people that are very privacy focused that if the U.S. government is unable to crack the privacy protocol, we'll probably go very heavily into those. That being said, one thing I would be concerned about is, get that tinfoil hat out, guys. I would be kind of concerned about the fact that maybe the U.S. government would be like, we can't crack it. It's totally safe. And then people would dump their money in, try to do a bunch of dicey things, and then we find out that it actually isn't private after all. That would be something that would be, I wouldn't put that past the United States government. So, the Swiss exchange traded fund sees record volume. Seems bullish, perhaps. Nobody was interested in it when it came out, but certainly that is good news if there has been funds moving in that direction. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so let's take a look at smartphones. So a couple of things coming up. HTC has launched, so Siren Labs has, in fact, why don't we just look at this? Why don't we just look at the report? So Siren Labs had reportedly had a blockchain phone that they were putting together. There has been rumors of Samsung having a blockchain phone. And then HTC, who has been somewhat struggling, they were a pretty major manufacturer in years past, been kind of struggling recently, and they have decided to release a blockchain smartphone, the Exodus 1. The short version of this is, basically, it's got a subsection within the chip that acts as a private wallet and runs an operating system in parallel to Android. So you don't have to worry about Android being compromised. Yeah, you don't have to worry about Android being compromised because the private keys and all of the things that are related to your crypto run on a separate operating system. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I did a full write-up on the phone and you know, why HTC has decided to get into it. It's got the specs here and everything. And a cool thing that I thought was, particularly with the HTC phone, they're only selling it for cryptocurrency. So you can only get it, it's sold out now for the pre-sale. And I don't know if that will go forward as, you know, when they release it into the market, perhaps. But at pre-sale, it was only available in cryptocurrency, costing 0.15 Bitcoin or 4.78 Ether token, which was about $960, putting it pretty commensurate with iPhones, with Samsung Galaxy, etc., etc. So, yeah, Phil Chen, the HTC's decentralized chief, argues that Google's centralized Android operating system is fundamentally insecure, thus storing your funds on a standard phone makes them vulnerable to hackers. So overall, I just think this is probably bullish news for adoption in general. It does sound a little bit like Kodak deciding to add blockchain onto their film for no reason other than to get into the hype and get a boost. There could be a little bit of that going on, just trying to save HTC. But I think the more manufacturers that are going to put out these blockchain-enabled phones, it should help push towards adoption. People are already using their phone for payment with things like Square, Cash App, you know, Apple Pay, and all these sorts of things, in addition to PayPal, Venmo, the standard ones. So people are already very used to this thing. and I think building a hardware wallet into the phone actually not a terrible move. You know, it should be stated that there are plenty of solid mobile wallets, Monarch, that do provide plenty of security and usability. But if you're a hardcore privacy and hardcore security person, maybe this phone is a better move for you. And again, instead of having to buy an iPhone and a Trezor or a Ledger or something like that, you get 2 in 1. So pretty interesting stuff. And other cool news on this HTC thing, they are they've added Brave browser as the standard browser, right? So like Apple comes with Safari. I would assume the Google Pixel comes with Chrome. I don't use Android phones. But yeah, so I thought this was pretty cool, specifically since this HTC phone is blockchain focused, that they were going to be installing Brave browser native on it. So pretty cool stuff. Also, if you guys don't know, you can get $25 in Brave or in Basic Attention Token for free just by downloading the browser. If you want to know about that, head on over and actually just watch my video. I walk you through it. It's a super piece of cake, and Brave is an awesome browser. So if you guys are not using it yet, I would encourage it. All right, so Ronan Bushido says, I bedazzled my tinfoil hat. So thinking of getting a Monarch card. Yeah, actually, Ronan, if you're thinking about getting Monarch, if you've got a PC, a desktop PC or Mac, or if you've got an Android or an Apple iPhone, you can get the wallet for free right now. You can get it for free. You can have it. It exists right now. You can go to the App Store and get it. So I encourage you to do so if you are considering it. Josh Hudson, have I looked at GVT investment platform? Yes, Josh, we are very bullish on GVT in the CryptoSonic community. You know, it's a shame that they have not been able to operate in the United States. We were actually hoping that this was going to be a great way for traders who, you know, there's a lot of people talking and saying that they're great traders, but this would be a put your money where your mouth is sort of situation if you're tokenizing your own funds. So I think GVT is a great idea. I would like to see them deal with whatever regulatory compliance issues they need to in order to operate in the United States market. All right, what's happening, Amit? Thanks for joining in. What's happening, guys? Sorry again, guys. Sorry I wasn't on yesterday. We were having massive issues with the website, and I was just dealing with trying to get that done. So anyway, let's getting back to these blockchain phones. I want to say I looked into it, and it looks like Sirin Labs is actually considering killing the phone, the physical phone launch, and just licensing the software. Excuse me. So that could be a huge thing for HTC, or perhaps is it that that Sirin Labs has seen that manufacturing the hardware is going to be prohibitively cost expensive, and has abandoned it in favor of trying to license the software. So yeah, I don't have any coffee today. I haven't got any coffee today, guys, and I do have to keep this one kind of short because I'm going to a doctor's appointment with my pops. I think I've told you guys that is why I have been on the road. I'm spending time with my family, so going to a doctor's appointment with my pops this morning, so got to keep this one a little bit short. I'll try not to rant too much and cover the important stuff. So yes, anyway, Sirin Labs may be canceling their hardware phone release, HTC releasing a hardware phone, and Samsung denies rumors of launching a cold storage crypto wallet in the Galaxy S10. So looks like we do have more time to go before Samsung will be launching the Galaxy S10 with a cold storage wallet. This could also be a part of the situation where they just don't want to rain on their own parade, knowing that they've got the parade announcement coming up in the near future. Maybe they just are neither confirming or denying the rumors. Any games that come as standard on any of the phones? Not that I know of right now. Not that I know of right now, but I'm certain you could utilize any of the ERC20 games. What will blockchain phone offer over the cold storage wallets or Monarch and the like? So effectively, that's I covered it just a minute ago, but the short version is it effectively runs a hardware wallet in a subsection of the chip that is operating on that is running parallel to the Android operating system. So everything related to crypto that happens on this phone doesn't touch Android. It's segregated. So that could be advantageous. Again, I think mobile wallets are plenty secure. Obviously, I'm involved in the Monarch project. Nobody has been. The president, Rob, leaves I think like 10 Bitcoin in his wallet at all times just because he wants somebody to try to hack it. So I'm still pretty confident in the security of mobile wallets, particularly the Monarch wallet, obviously, because converse with the development team, etc. But yeah, definitely could be an interesting thing. Again, for people who are super security paranoid, then this is probably a better alternative than a standard iPhone or Android phone utilizing a mobile wallet. What do you think about Elastic versus Neo? I would assume that you were talking about Elastos, and I am a fan of Elastos. I do not hold Neo. I never have held Neo, and I do not have any plans to hold any Neo. Is Jason an Android or an Apple guy? I think that's pretty easy to figure out, guys. Pretty easy to figure out if... Here, you can guess. Uh-oh, I just locked it. Whoop. But yeah, so what operating system am I on? Am I a Mac or a PC guy? Very easy to figure out. But that being said, I like Windows 10. I think it's a great operating system. I've just never really gotten into the Android phones. I'm obviously a little bit of Church of Steve Jobs. I do like a Macintosh, and apparently I like paying through the nose for hardware as well. So, let's see. What am I missing? What am I missing? What's happening for Leaf Crypto? What's happening, Elizabeth? Yes, Amit, you do never miss my live shows, and I do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Honestly, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. All of you guys who watch us on a regular basis, particularly me, since I seem to be the one on the channel most frequently lately. You know, I really appreciate all of you guys paying attention and tuning in to the show, because I do enjoy doing this for all of you guys, and I do enjoy sharing my knowledge with everyone, what knowledge I have, and obviously I'm not afraid to share an opinion or two, so thanks for not being super offended by me being me. All right, real bottom coming before 2019. Our bounces up and down over the next 6 months, says Ryan Jack. My feeling is that we are going to continue the slide. Let's see, did I have anything else? Yeah, one more piece of news. Crypto Invest Summit, which we attended both Crypto Invest Summits this year, and they are awesome events. We had a booth for Monarch at the first one, and at the second one we did a lot of press coverage. So they had actually reached out to us with a press release, and so I wrote this up as well, did a little digging on this, and looks like they have partnered with Charlie Lee and the Litecoin Foundation for their next one. Charlie Lee is going to be stepping in and helping program some of the track that they have on Build, so specifically focusing on Bitcoin, Lightning Network, and obviously Litecoin. So interesting to see who else they will add. You know, there was some really awesome speakers at the previous events, and some really interesting panel talks, one of which I put right here. I know the sound isn't awesome on these guys, but I think this panel talk right here on crypto funds was one of the best conversations that I saw at the Crypto Invest Summit just a couple months back. So anyway, if you're interested in knowing more about that, I did write up the full thing there over on CryptoSonic.com, so please do check that out. And I think with that, oh, right, one more thing. Blockchain Terminal, the guy that ran the Blockchain Terminal ICO, turns out is a fraud, right? He has used a false identity. He was initially going by Sean McDonald, which is in reality convicted fraudster Boaz Manor, who had a 4-year prison sentence in Canada in 2012 for siphoning $106 million from Toronto-based hedge fund he co-founded. I can say that while Blockchain Terminal has looked great, I did not get any kind of warm fuzzies anytime I spoke with any of the people at any of the booths, and I saw them at several booths at several conferences. Something about those guys rubbed me the wrong way. I guess I should just trust my intuition. Lots of people were a fan of the Blockchain Terminal. It was a really good-looking thing, but you know, overall, something about that rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm feeling pretty good about not having looked at it any closer now that I have found that this guy, one of the founders, was a financial criminal. So anyway, okay, that is all of the news, and let's just go ahead and get over into these charts and take a look at what's going on in the crypto markets. I know that's what you guys are here for. You guys don't really care about my opinion. You just want me to chart coins. Kidding. But if you do like my opinion and you do enjoy the content, please do smash those thumbs up buttons, guys, and be sure to hit the little bell notification so that YouTube tells you when we do go live. You know, I appreciate having everybody in here and watching our show, and I do appreciate it when we can have some interaction in the chat. So. All right, do I prefer any stablecoin? Well, I think stablecoins in general, while they have been great for the crypto market in the recent term and also historically with Tether, you know, we were big fans of TUSD. I'm not saying I'm not a big fan of TUSD, but we were big fans of that specifically just because we had met the people, and historically that had been a little more stable. In the recent volatility, we have seen that pretty much all stablecoins are not stable at all. So with that said, I don't favor any of them. I stop working every morning when you go live. Wow, that's a thank you, Ryan. I don't know if your bosses would enjoy that. Hopefully you're self-employed. But anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping and making time. CEO of SWIP stepping down. My guess fired for mishandling Ripple eating their lunch. Perhaps CyberKenobi, perhaps SWIFT, in case anybody doesn't know, is the current system that the banks use to transfer their money around. Obviously, Ripple is trying to drive a wedge between the banks and that with their XRapid system. So time will tell. Time will tell. All right, so let's just get into it here, guys. I'm just going to zoom in and take a closer look. What do we think is going to go on? You know, the title of this video is $1,200 Bitcoin inevitable? And I am starting to think that it might be. I hope not. You know, well, part of me hopes it does, just so I can spend all of my money on Bitcoin. But you know, I hope it does not, just because I think further slide in the price action is just going to continue to batter investor confidence and batter market sentiment, which I don't think is good for the space right now, because it's already taken a serious beating and looks to continue to do so into 2019 at this point. Yeah, so here's what I see, guys. So I believe this was Friday. I was saying this was a, well, let's see. I can figure out the math on the days here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it was a week ago today. So we were saying, you know, showing this pennant forming, this symmetrical triangle forming at the end of a bullish candle, and that was a continuation pattern for the downtrend. We have broken the long-term uptrend support line, guys. That's what this this blue one here is. That is the long-term uptrend, and it's sort of starting to, I mean, does this not look very similar? So this is starting to, there's another red, and then we've got a little bit of an arrow focusing there. We have not respected the trend line for support. This is now going to become resistance every time we bump up against this, I think, at least in the short term. So let's look at some smaller time frames and just see if it looks to test that resistance point at some point today, tomorrow. And I don't think so. This is what I see, guys. I see a nice fat head and shoulders here. Shoulder, head, shoulders. At the end of a bearish candle, I think that's going to dump. I think that's going to dump, and we're going to see that 3K area in the near future. You know, this right here is, that's, you know, these rising shapes like that are generally bearish. The one sign that I have that it might continue to go up and test that is oh no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this backwards. I'm tripping. Stochastic RSI is well oversold at this point. Or rather, overbought. Super run up. So I think this right here, coupled with, let's look at these on some smaller frames. Well, who knows? Yeah, looks like it might end up going up to test that resistance after all. You know, I don't think it goes past that. So I'd be looking to take some profit if it does tend to pump past. You know, I don't know that it goes back above 3,500. That's the bottom of this order block. We're sitting there just flirting with that right now on the 30-minute. We'll see. We'll see. I would say it's going to have some psychological resistance overcome right at 3,500, and from there, you know, we'll have psychological resistance points at basically every even mark from there, because that's, you know, where price tends to hover around, is the even marks. So Aussie King, head and shoulders, a reversal pattern, inverse head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, head and shoulders bearish, inverse head and shoulders bullish. I don't think it's necessarily always a reversal pattern. It's oftentimes a continuation pattern. All right. And let's see, what do we have? 24 minutes, 9:30. Cool. Yeah, I've still got some time. So Support's so weak in BTC. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, guys, that's it. Is the whales still aren't ready to come in at 3,000. So again, I think realistically, if the whales are going to flood into this market, I think realistically, 1,200, 1,500 is inevitable, because they're not going to pay. I don't think they're going to pay more for it than what it cost when they started paying attention to it. And realistically, a lot of these people didn't really start paying attention to it until it went crazy at the in 2017. So, what about you guys? Anything you guys want to see? Let's see. What about can you please chart Elastos? I'm selling a bunch. Sure. When did Jason buy his first Bitcoin, and at what price? I bought my first Bitcoin at the end of 2016, I guess. I bought Ripple, or rather, I'm sorry, I bought Ethereum before I bought Bitcoin, ironically. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at Elastos. I think I got that in here. Yeah, where you at, man? Good heavens. Okay, well. Apparently I can't chart it. It's not on TradingView. So I'm pretty sure ELA is the ticker for Elastos, and we got rid of our Coinigy, so I can't chart it for you. Sorry, man. I apologize. I would totally do it, but I can't. What do you think about me starting a consulting business and only accepting Cardano? Your call, dude. Sounds like a risky gamble to me. Yeah, sounds like a very risky gamble to me, but if you're long on Cardano, more power to you. Not financial advice, not your financial advisor. Probably a good idea to talk to somebody who is. All right. Can XRP just keep on producing unlimited numbers of tokens? Essentially. Basically, they can keep releasing unlimited tokens from escrow. Let's see. Thoughts on Justin Sun and Tron's move to swallow ETH? Yeah, I've been talking about that a bunch. I mean, I think Justin Sun and the Tron project have more legs than people have given them credit for historically. Again, Jack Ma's protege. He's obviously a very savvy marketer, and Tron so far has not shown the scalability issues that Ethereum has run into, and has not shown the governance issues that EOS has. Also, they have a mainnet live, which Cardano does not. So I'd say they're a legitimate competitor in the space as of right now. All right, let's see. What's the noise about Facebook killing Bitcoin? Nah. I mean, they've certainly not done wonders for the market with, I mean, realistically, guys, a massive number of marketers were utilizing Facebook and other social media platforms to help push all the shitcoins. Yeah, so let's see. What coin do you hold the most of? Very easy, Bitcoin. Easily Bitcoin by a long shot, especially right now. I've sold off the majority of my alt stack into Bitcoin. Lurking with Lens, have you heard any Cardano news? There was a rumor, I'd have to look into it. There was a rumor that they're going to have mainnet live sometime in the near future, but I don't recall. I'm not going to speak out of school. I don't know what I'm talking about, so I don't want to act like I do. I did see some news, but I haven't been, I don't remember. Facecoin, ugh. Yuck. Let's hope not. Let's see. You can try, like Elastos. Oh yeah, investing.com. I totally forgot about investing.com. All right, cool. Let's do it. Hold up a sec. All right. Read it. Cryptocurrencies, right. Okay. It's been a while since I've been over here. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. I mean, it's at pretty much all-time low, so, I mean, where are the tools? Oh, right in front of my face. This is going to make me sign up to use the tools? Oh, no. I would say a safe price to look to get into a last us in right now. 246 to 251, something like that. That's at the USD value. So that's where I would look to get into it. Wait for that drawback a little bit. Let's look at that on some smaller candles. I need to see volume. There's no volume on this at all. Here's what I would say. You're probably going to have, I don't know what exchange this is on, but you're probably going to have on Huobi. You're probably going to have a problem getting in and out of this because it doesn't look like there's a lot of liquidity for it. So, yeah, it doesn't look like a ton of liquidity. I mean, look at these big gaps in volume, right? So I don't think a lot of people are trading this. I'd be careful. I'd be careful. Obviously, if it's something you're looking to add to long-term stack for years, this price is great as far as the all-time has gone here. Wish I had a little more data past the. But I guess that's not possible because that's when it came out. Yeah, I'd say maybe as low as an entry of about $2.40. That'd be about as low as I would look to enter on that, and I'd be looking to take profit by the tips of these candles. So I'd be looking to get out of the trade by 265 if it's a short-term money make trade. Okay, let's see what else. Anybody else? There's a more technical chart I can use. Probably there is a more technical chart I can use, but it sounds like I'm probably going to have to sign up for a membership, etc., etc. So I'm just not dealing with that right now. But I do thank you for pointing me to investing.com. Another one of our Moon Lounge members, T-Bone, had told me about this back in the day, and I spaced it. So shout out to you. Thank you for reminding me. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at Zero Exchange, and then I'm going to have to get out of here, guys, because I've got a doctor's appointment to attend with my pops. Well, I mean, yeah, this one's pretty simple. Again, guys, I just look to place my orders somewhere in this block. All right, you could top of the buys at about 88.60. Bottom of the buys around 87.60. So you get about a 1,000 sat range in there, and just wait for the trade to come to you. Because again, if Bitcoin continues to slide, alts will continue to slide, right? Let's just say, you guys know I'm pretty bullish on Stellar, and I have said all year Stellar has been holding up very well. But even Stellar, with Bitcoin falling down, has kind of run out of steam. Fell below the long-term uptrend, and not great. You know, even projects that have solid fundamentals, solid team, etc., are taking a beating because Bitcoin is going to continue to fall off, or at least I think so in the near future. All right, so let's see here. 12 more days of disappointment, says Mike Smith. Yeah, the 12 days of Coinbase-mas. That's some positive news, right? They're trying to help families in Venezuela was the announcement today. We'll see. I think their biggest Coinbase announcement would be the announcement of adding Ripple. That would be huge for the crypto markets. I don't think anything shy of them actually saying definitively they're adding Ripple is going to do wonders for many of the tokens that they're currently talking about. Yeah, BNB long term. Honestly, guys, I mean, if you believe that Binance as an exchange is not going anywhere, and you trade there, BNB is a solid buy, right? I mean, just overall, it's a solid thing to have in your portfolio because it gets you reduced trading fees. It actually has a use case. It's a crypto with a use case right now. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'd say BNB long term is probably solid again. It's still one of the highest volume exchanges. Did just lose the top spot pretty recently, but still one of the highest volume exchanges out there. And you know, another one that the price has done surprisingly well over the course of the year, and is maintaining. So we'll see what's going on, but yeah, I mean, this is the range that it's been trading in pretty much exclusively for 3 months, and now is spiking up and below that. So if I were looking to make entries on BNB, I'd be looking to make entries down here. 13,000 sats, something like that. 13 to about 13.5. Icon prediction. I don't follow that project closely enough, so you don't want that from me. I don't really pay attention to Icon, to be totally honest. Not because I have anything against it. I just haven't looked into it. I know Hui likes it, one of our guys in the Advantage. I know Hui likes a lot of the Korean projects, but I don't know enough about it. So I'm not going to pretend I do. All right. Let's see. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate everybody sending me the good vibes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys. I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. Unless anybody else is screaming out, wants me to chart something real quick, I'd be happy to do so. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to cover it. If any of you guys have been watching the Trader Talk shows, we did not have a guest this last week, but we've got one more. This next week is going to be the last week of Trader Talk for the year, I think, just because the following 2 Mondays are Christmas and New Year's, and unless the market goes super crazy, I don't anticipate we'll be streaming on either one of those days. So, you know, of course, if you do want to know if we are going to stream, make sure you hit that little bell so that you do get the notifications when we do go live. I do plan to go live every day the rest of this week, and other than that, guys, let's see. Oh, yeah, while we're at it, haven't done a CryptoSonic Advantage show so far. So if anybody is interested in the CryptoSonic Advantage and you've been looking for more reasons to sign up, we just added another one for you. So if you're a trader and either if you're a new trader looking to understand how the various functionalities of different exchanges work, or you are a veteran savvy trader who is just trying to look at how an exchange works before you sign up for an account there, because you don't want to put a bunch of information out everywhere. I gotta stop reading in the middle of talking. Yeah, join the CryptoSonic Advantage. Anyways, we've put our exchange fundamentals course out, and effectively we go through, I believe it's 9 of the most popular exchanges, show you how to do things like set a stop loss, use market limit orders, etc., just all the different functionalities. Binance, Poloniex, Bittrex, Coinbase, GDAX, I can't remember how many other ones, but we released that for free to anybody who is a CryptoSonic Advantage subscriber. So if you are interested in doing so, head on over to CryptoSonic.com and just click the rocket, and you can join for free. And you would have access to all of our reports. You would also have access to, the Moon Lounge, which apparently I do not have up right now. You know, find out. People always ask us, what kind of research do we have on various tokens? What do we think of different projects? You know, we put this stuff up in these reports that we post out to our community, and then the real advantage to the advantage is in our Discord server. So we've got a number of different channels in there: short-term, medium-term, long-term calls, daily Bitcoin analysis, user-requested technical analysis. We've got a channel dedicated to margin trading. We've got our Trader Talk channel, which super active traders, everybody just in here talking about their moves that they're going to make, the things that they are interested in, etc., etc. Also wanted to specify this, that we did just specify anybody in our group that's talking about a coin has to disclose whether they're invested on it, so you know that the people in your group aren't just shilling you their bags, or if they are shilling you their bags, they at least have to tell you so. So another nice rule we just added to the group. Overall, the group has been great. Solid members, solid, solid community people. Super great people. We're you know, really proud of the community that we've built, and we would love to have you be a part of it if you are one of these types of people. We're not in here swinging our dicks around and flexing, and you know, a lot of these trade groups are like, only we know, dude, only we know, and everybody else is doing, and we don't do that, right? We just say what we teach you the techniques that we're using. We say what we see, and you know, if there's an opportunity for anybody in our community, we let them know. And furthermore, there are so many sharp traders in our group that are making, you know, that are calling it out and helping everybody else be aware when there are moves to make. It's not just our team, it's the whole community. So iron sharpens iron. You want to be a better trader, make better trading decisions, learn to read a chart, and come on over. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for me today, guys. I hope you guys all have a great one, and I will see you all tomorrow. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me in the Moon Lounge. And other than that, guys, I remain Jason with CryptoSonic. Keep your stop losses tight. I'll see you next time.